Hey y'all, it's Stacy, and I'm finally ready to do this video. I've been working on preparing for this one for like an hour and a half or something. I may have gone a little bonkers with the pigments and the paint. I got a whole bunch of paint. I got a whole bunch of pigments. I got a whole bunch of stuff mixed up over here. Because I want to do something on one of these bigger canvases. I'm not going to do the big bloom, big canvas thing right now. I am still pursuing that, but right now I wanted to do a couple of small ones in there, but make them the same so I don't get too many overlapping, crazy, confusing colors. You know, I want them to be, what I'd like to have is just a couple of places where you see the cell activator and the lacing and all that and have them kind of connect. That's my idea. Of course, it never follows along with my idea, but that's what I was thinking nonetheless. And so I got to figure out what colors out of these million of colors that I made over here. I really made a lot. I made 5 cell activator colors. Blue, red, coral, gold, and sort of a seafoam or aqua, because I didn't know which one I was going to want to use, and I'm tired of just using black and white. And I had to go to Lufkin today and get more paint, and so I've got all fresh new supplies, plenty of paint. We have a Lowe's, we don't have a Home Depot here, and Lowe's doesn't carry Glidden, so you got to go to Home Depot, and that's in Lufkin. That's 45 minutes away. So I go to Lufkin to Home Depot to get the Glidden. And they have the Glidden, but they don't have polyacrylic, not the Minwax polyacrylic, the kind that I want. They have some other kind. So then I had to go to Walmart on top of that to get the polyacrylic. Because I still use it to mix my pigments before I put the pouring medium with them. So it was like an ordeal. And let's see, my stool here is going to break my neck if I'm not careful. So like see here, I was thinking I might pour one little thing right there, and one right here, and one right here, and just see what this does. I've seen other people do these, like do several blooms, you know, and it doesn't end up they don't look like a bloom anymore because they all mix together and everything. I just want to see what it'll do. I've never really done one, so and I've got all these colors, and let me just tell you a little bit about it all before we get started. This is using my favorite recipe for the blooms, using Craftnique Bright Tone as the varnish, mixed with Glidden Premium Semi-Gloss, base 1 and base 3. Base 3 to mix with your colors, base 1 for the pillow. And I've mixed a whole bunch of these are just pigment. They're not tinted with paint. And so I feel like I need to say that when you do that, it's not the same as mixing your colors with paint, because with paint you just mix 1 part paint and 3 parts pouring medium, and there you got your color. With the pigments, you need to mix the pigment in a little varnish, you know, before you put the pouring medium with it. Otherwise, it's not going to be the right color. So you have to pour a little varnish, put your pigment in it, stir it real good, then add the pouring medium. I just feel like I need to always say that because I didn't know that for a while, and it screwed me up. So, and then the pillow paint, I just add a little Jigay C800 to that to prevent grazing, just as sort of an insurance policy. I add that and stir it up real good. The cell activators that I made, all 5 of them, this is my own creation, this cell activator thing. I had been just using titanium white by Amsterdam, 1 part that, 3 parts Floetrol. And then I added some silicone to it. And then I decided for my colored ones, I used the color that I'm trying to make. For instance, we're trying to make red. So I put about 1 part red in there. And then I put just a smidge, like the end of my finger, of Amsterdam white with it. And mix it up. And then you'll have to add some more red. Because, you know, of course, it's going to turn it pink. You have to add some more red. And then mix that up real good before you add anything else to it. So you just mix the white paint with the red paint and then some more red paint, or whatever you need to get whatever color you want. And then after that, you add 3 parts Floetrol to it. And after that, when you get ready to use it, and not until right before, since silicone will denature if you stir it too much. Shoot, I got 6 of those things, not 5. 6 cell activators. Coral, red, blue, gold, bronze, and like seafoam. Anyway, I wait until I'm just about ready to use the cell activator to add a little bit of silicone to it too. So my cell activator recipe is different than what everybody else is doing in that it has, I add some Amsterdam white, titanium white to all of them. And no matter what color they're going to be. And so it's a little bit of the white, and then your regular color, about 1 part your regular color, 3 parts Floetrol, and then a couple of drops of silicone. It works really well. I like it. There's something in that titanium paint that makes the cell activator work. And I've tried to make colored cell activators without using it, and it just isn't the same. There's just something about them, and that white. And so I want the chemical, whatever chemical it is that's in that white, I want it in each one of my cell activators, even if they're colored. See what I mean? That's what I do. It's always experimental. I've only just now, yesterday, made those cell activators that way. Because I had only just now, yesterday, made ones that were colored. I have been doing black and white. But black's a color, you know, you have to use different paint to make the black, you know, different than the titanium white. And for them, at first, I was just using Amsterdam black paint and Floetrol. Anyway, that is a combination of Prussian blue and some pigments. I'm not sure what colors. They're all Arteza or Color Art. I believe it's Payne's Gray by Color Art, and a little bit of Prussian blue, maybe a little bit of phthalo blue also mixed in there. So I'm going to figure out which ones of these colors I want to use because I got so many of them. I went completely nuts. I mean, I have mixed and mixed and mixed because I wanted to do several paintings with the pigments, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I don't usually ever know what I want to do until I just start doing it. You know, as far as colors go. I kind of had an idea of what kind of design I wanted to try to do, but I don't ever know what colors I'm going to use until I get after it. I'm going to try and control myself this time and not use a whole bunch of colors. But that's easier for me to say than do because I got so many and they're so pretty. This is a really pretty purple. Gosh, look at it, y'all. My canvas, it's not rolling all over my canvas. that canvas, for some reason, is it's sitting up there in a way that's made it sort of level. Well, look at this one, not completely level, but better. Wonder why. It's the way they're sitting on those dowel rods. There's 3 dowel rods down there, and this big canvas balances in a way that's different than those other ones, because those other ones are, the paint's running all over the table by the time it's been sitting up there this long. We don't want that pale. We don't want that pale, we want the bright. And you may have to thin that cell activator out a little bit with some water if you do it the way I'm talking about doing, because you will have added, you know, more paint when you add the white too. So it's, you know, you just have to monitor your consistencies with this. I mean, whatever your, you know, your paint's going to be your paint, and then, you know, everything else needs to kind of mirror that. And they just need to be similar consistency wise. That's the main thing. Because if your colors are thinner than your pillow, if they start running out when you start tilting, if your colors start running away with the pillow paint, running all over on top of it and everything, you're going to have a problem. And if your pillow is moving faster than your colors, you're going to have a problem. It's very, look at those cells already trying to form there. That's because of the silicone. This stuff is, these pours are very temperamental. They're very easy to screw up. And it doesn't take but something to be just a little bit off. And, you got issues. So, let's put a cell activator on there. Now I can see that it's tilting. Oh, what color cell activator should we use? I wish I could talk to y'all and I could ask somebody and y'all could tell me. That would be really cool. I think since this is a predominantly, well, we'll go with the seafoam. Because it's kind of a blue and green, well, it started out a blue and green pour. I just can't help it. The colors are all so pretty. This is fewer than I usually use. But they're so pretty I can't help it. I get carried away. But the pours that I've been doing in the last couple of days have been just beautiful, I think. And so I'm not saying that I'm doing something wrong by that. Okay, I'm going to try to blow these out with my mouth. And it's going to kill me because there's 3 of them. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to use my hairdryer after that. And we're going to see what happens. Just want to sort of get ready for this. It's hard to get my body in a position where I can get a good vantage point. Okay, I like that. That worked out good. It's all going to scoot back in before I get my hairdryer after it. All right. Okay. Here we go. Now. See what we can do now. I gotta blow this part with my mouth because it's not wanting to cooperate. Still not really wanting to cooperate, but that's okay. I'll fix it. Okay, I'm gonna let the paint kind of move back together because it's kind of separated, but this is kind of what I wanted, kind of what I had in mind. You can overblow these, you know. I thought about it because I almost did it just then. I've done it before. The paint's still, see, like right here, see that? That it's, I don't know if you can tell, that's a depression there. and the paint is moving back in. And you want to give it time to do that before you tilt it. Even on one this big, I know it seems like, and I first thought, well, what difference does it make? You got so much paint, it's going to roll over that anyway. But it distorts the lines. I don't really know how else to say it. It screws it up, okay? It's not a good thing to do. So I wait as long as I can. If it doesn't, you know, all come back in together, then you do what you got to do. And I may have blown a little too hard right there. I'm getting used to trying to get used to my hair dryer. Trying to get used to which speed is the right one for these. And my conundrum with it is that the high speed sometimes over mixes the paint and you can't see the definition in the colors. But the slower speed does not blow that cell activator hard enough to make lacing. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing. I'm trying to find some kind of middle ground with it, like I just did, mostly blowing on the high speed. And what am I hung on? Ugh. Sorry, y'all. The tape has got to go here. That's a mess. That was my attempt at trying to keep this this pouring pan. I put that trash bag in there to make it easier to clean up, but I don't know that it's really going to do any good. So this is kind of awkward the way this paint is going. I don't like it. It's not going all in a straight line. That's okay. It'd be alright. These colors are beautiful, I think. And there's some really pretty lacing going on. I like that. To me, on these, for me, it's more important than ever to learn this technique of shielding over here, putting your handle on the canvas so you can guard against paint spilling over. Because this stuff is so thick, you'll wait forever for it to pour down there and get a corner, and in that time, your paint will totally spill off. You know, like what it's trying to do right now over here. And you'll lose a lot of good stuff if you're not careful. So I put my hand up there and see what I do, and then I tilt it back up, and everything that ran into my hand just runs right back onto the canvas. Okay, all of my weight is in that corner over there. So I'm going to tilt it back towards the center just for a few minutes, and then go, well, I'll go for one of these corners. I don't know which one. Oh gosh, this one is turning out really pretty, y'all. I think. Hang on a minute. I'm not sure if that was a bubble or some, what Gina DeLuca calls schmutz. And she always says, get schmutz when you see schmutz. In other words, if there's something nasty floating around your paint, get it as soon as you can, because it will screw up your painting. And she's right. I've had a chunk of something sit there in the middle, and the way it distorts the way the paint moves around it, like a rock in the middle of a stream. And next thing you know, you don't have what you had. Okay, see, it's going to want to all pour off here, and I don't want it to, because I want to decide what I pour off, not it. So I'm going to let it get all over my arm, and it's going to dam up down there and come to this corner. Because if I didn't have it dammed like that, it would be pouring off the end like crazy this whole time. Okay, now I can straighten it. Sorry, I know you can't see, but I got to dump this paint back on the canvas. Straighten back up, and then all that paint just pours right back on the canvas, and you're good to go. All set. And I'm damming it down here at the bottom on this one too, because I don't want all that pretty stuff to get gone until I say it can go. Because I want to control what gets left on and what gets pushed off. Okay, the bulk of the paint is coming down from this corner over here on my end. And so I'm going to just go ahead and let it get that corner right there. Yeah, see, when you do several of these, they don't look like separate blooms anymore. They just kind of turn into an abstract painting, which is fine. That's what I was kind of going for. All right, we're going to get this corner. And this is a new canvas. I'm all excited. Because, okay, see, and then you just let it pour right back on. Just like that. And it'll make, see it's making lacing there. It'll make a place for itself, a whole nother little design. So I gotta tilt it that way and let that body of paint move back towards the middle before we go for that corner. I don't go straight for the corner because I don't want there to be lines of direction flowing like that. I want the paint to be here, so if there are lines of direction, they go that way, not this way. Just because that's the way I like it. Yeah, this is a new canvas, and I'm kind of feeling special because of that, because I have been just redoing old ones lately because of the fact that I can't just go to Hobby Lobby and buy new ones now because they're closed. I'll have to order canvas, and I hate doing that because then you gotta wait and you gotta pay shipping. And I don't like having to do either of those things. So I've been just remaking old pieces that I decided I can do better with. Oh, my dam down here is filling up. So I'm gonna get it to come on up there. Oh man, it moves slow. Very slow. But you just gotta wait and give it its time. Because it's something beautiful. I'll tell you what, I got out on the road today when I went to Lufkin. Yesterday, I had to go to my mother's house, check on her. That's 30 miles from here. Both days, there were these hordes of road rage jerks on the road. And, I mean, just being reckless and mean for no reason whatsoever. And, I think it's just probably because people have got so much pent-up frustration being cooped up in the house and stuff, and some of them are so juvenile they can't handle it, so they get out on the road and take it out on everybody else. But it was scary. Had one yesterday brake check me, stop real short right in front of me, and if I hadn't been paying attention, I'd have been in his back seat. This is beautiful. This one is really beautiful. It looks sort of heavenly, sort of like angels and stuff to me. Sort of ethereal, I guess. That purple or magenta in there is very pretty, really vivid. So right now, I'm just kind of stretching out that, there's some lacing there, and I was trying to stretch that out a little bit more. It's really pretty, and I want to emphasize that. And I'd like to pull some of that purple on down a little bit in the middle. And it's going there. It's making its way. Yeah, I think this one is going to be really special. I think it's really pretty. I know y'all can't see all the time. I've just about given up on trying to make it where you can. I've gotten this pouring station here set up as best as I know how. And I'm not sure I can do better as far as making it where you can see everything all the time. I don't know that it's going to be possible with the situation I have here. I do the best I can. Y'all know that. I try. I'm just not quite happy with it yet, y'all. I mean, I like it. It's beautiful. But there's something else I'm wanting from it, and I don't know exactly what it is yet. I'll know it when I see it. There's a problem with my footstool. I mean, other than the fact that it's a cake pan, it hurts my feet. You have to sit real flat-footed on it. It makes my flat feet hurt. But you use what you got, and like I said, I could not find a big book one in this house. I mean, what kind of mom am I? I'm trying to find something to be a stool, and I couldn't find one big book. I have an organic chemistry textbook out there in the storeroom, but I can't get to it. I'm letting this chartreuse move all the way down because it's beautiful, and I like the way it's flowing like an apparition along that side. And I want it to go all the way down. That's pretty close. Yeah, this is one of my favorites now. Of course, these last couple of days using these pigments, I've said that just about every day. That was my favorite. That was my favorite. But no, I really, really love this one. I'm sorry. I know you can't see them. I'm just letting it settle back a little bit. It looked a little forced because I had been forcing it to pull down there toward the end, and I didn't like the way it looked forced. I want it to look peaceful. Yeah, that's beautiful, y'all. I'll have to fix that. That's funny. The canvas is bare right there. Why would that be? Well, I just don't know. But I don't know what I can do about it. It's very odd. Just a little patch of bareness right there. Or maybe it's white. I don't know, but now I'm gonna have to let the paint move to settle that in a little bit. There. I blew it a little bit. Oh, I think that's pretty. I really like it. I hope y'all like it too. I kind of think it looks like a piece of marble or something. Oh, okay. Let me get y'all down where you can see up close. And, well, go from there. Okay. This is the one that I did. It's almost dry now. I did that last night. And I really like it. I think it's very pretty. I gotta turn the big light off because it has a glare. Alright, guys. Oh, let's just see. Yeah. Alright. Now, that's blurry. That's even blurrier. Okay. There we go. See the shimmers in there from the pigments, how it glitters. I'm trying to make it where it's clear. It keeps going out of focus. I can see all those little shimmers. And it makes it really pretty. I have to slow down because I guess I go too fast for the phone and the camera, and it gets all blurry. I guess I'm in too big a hurry. I'm gonna go lay down for a little bit. I haven't slept in like 3 days. I've been so excited about this stuff and been out here working. That's beautiful. I love that right in there. And that left side over there is my favorite. Alright, people. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I really appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. Take care of each other and take care of yourselves. Be safe. And join me again because I'll be here with lots of content. Because this is all I do. See you later. Thanks a lot.